Hey, hit the lights. Cool. All right. So my name is Dion Boose. You know me. You see me. This is my man. This is my man Elijah. We want to get into this talk about the Breakfast Club. And a couple weeks back, Dame Dash was on the Breakfast Club. So we just want to kind of have a response and keep the conversation going as far as some of the comments that he had and some of that heat that was going on in there. So I start by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Dion Boose. I'm currently living in Taiwan. Got a couple businesses that I'm running from here, and just really trying to keep that entrepreneur fire lit in my life by trying different things and definitely just trying to grow and learn every day. I moved from Flint, Michigan, over to Taiwan maybe a couple years ago, and just came over here and just spending some time learning the language and just trying to build a business and connect with other entrepreneurs and just really learn and grow. All right, so that's a little bit about me. Elijah, you go ahead and rock it, bro.
Right, man. Stop hogging on the mic, man. Hogging it all. All right, y'all. This is Elijah. I'm hailing all the way from small city, Columbus, Georgia. But I'm repping Ohio State.
Oh.
Got to stay with repping Ohio State and where you're from Columbus, Ohio. But yeah, we're gonna sit here. We're gonna talk about the Dame Dash interview. Me and Dion linked up a while back, man, and we just want to bring y'all some good content, bring y'all some good information, man, and highlight different things that go on in the world, man. And I feel like that Dame Dash interview is a hot topic. Y'all was on social media with that one a lot.
Yeah, man. Tweet like Dame. I don't know if you saw any of that tweet like Dame. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. So what's a couple topics you want to bring up for everybody today?
Well, all right. Well, part of my passion and kind of what we talked about a lot, man, is really creating some economic empowerment because it's a lot of young people coming out of college today without solid jobs to pay for some of the student loans, some of the student debt that we're in. Or I still I didn't have a golf scholarship like Elijah, so I took out a bit of student debt and I'm kind of working and paying that down. But it's a lot of people going to school and chasing a job, and once you really get in that job, you realize that it's not the feeling that you thought it was going to feel like. You're not loving it.
Right. And then you realize, man, I would love to be in business for myself. And that's one of Dame Dash's first points. And he was talking about be your own boss.
Like you say, so here, listen to me. I work here because I enjoy it. Why don't you listen? I work here for free. Who could work? Would you ever enjoy being a slave? It's not a slave. This is what I enjoy.
I don't think this is slavery, Dave.
Do you have to come to work today? Do you have a choice? Do you have to ask somebody when you have to? Yes, you do. I don't. Or you're fired. Can somebody tell you you're fired? I don't. Can somebody tell you you're fired? Yes or no? Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that. And that's priceless to me.
But I'm here because I want a job. There's nothing wrong with my son wanting a job.
To me, it is.
Could you explain this to me too, Dave?
I don't want my son to call another man boss is calling another man daddy.
Why?
It's not for men to be told what to do by other men. That's just where Harlem is raised. So yeah, you could go be calling somebody else boss, a man, or whatever. And
what'd he say? He said I like waking up every day calling somebody my boss. That's like calling somebody daddy.
Calling me daddy. He said, how does it feel for a grown man to have to call somebody boss? It's just like calling him daddy. Yeah.
Right.
How you feel about that?
I can't say anything because I currently have a job, currently have a boss.
Yeah.
But I'm currently working towards doing my own business.
Okay.
So I understand what he's saying. He preaches that economic freedom, having, being your own boss, having your own job, and being able to essentially do what you want to do at the job.
That's right.
He said he wants to be his own boss so he can leave something to his kids. I remember when he was coming at Envy and said, "Can you give your son this business?"
Right.
Can you come in and give your son this job? And the answer is no, he can't. Because he's currently working for it. It's a good job and it gives you avenues, to do other things. But at the end of the day, man, it would be nice to have our own piece of franchise.
That's right. And okay, so I'm working a job, a part-time job here as an English teacher. I do ESL, so I work in a classroom. And I know the job thing is really different here. Foreigners are treated really well. We have pretty pretty well paid jobs, and we get a lot of benefits. We got a lot of perks. How did you? Elijah, I want you to tell me how you felt about some of Dame's comments about having a boss. Were you, DJ Envy? He was super hot, super tight, because they were going back and forth. He was really calling Envy, Angela, and Charlemagne the God for the people that don't watch the Breakfast Club, the three hosts, and so he was really coming at Envy in particular because he was saying, you have kids and you're like Superman or like a superhero to your kids, but when your boss is around, you know what I'm saying, they don't look at you that way, and it makes you feel a certain way. So how do you feel about his comments about having a boss? And do you feel like he was coming at the person that had a job and they had to call someone boss?
I think he came at Envy a little too hard, to be honest, because Envy was trying to get out. You want us to invest in our own things. Envy was saying, I take my money from this job and I invest it in other things that my child can have. So I guess it's all about, how we use what we have. But that's a big thing. If we don't get anything else Dame was saying, the main thing we need to take from it is to invest in your own things.
Yeah.
Whether you take the money you make from the company you work at, invest in your own thing, but you have to have something of your own, because when it's all said and done, your job you can be laid off from your job.
That's right.
Your job can disappear. So what are you going to have at the end of the day when your job's no longer there?
That's right. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So here it is. You're in business for yourself and you're figuring out how to take it to the next level. You know what I mean? And it's like you're struggling, but one of those major points is really having a strong team and having some people that you can depend on and build together with. And Dame was saying one of the things that entrepreneurs, people that's going into business for themselves, creating their thing, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't just do it for himself. He does it for his team.
In love.
So
you see what I do when I got the rock. Pause. I give it the platform to my friends, and I always have. While I haven't been around, a lot of people got fat, but all my friends are starving, or the people that I left out there. Everyone's starving. A couple of people are fat. We're taking it back so everybody could eat. Movies, radio, books, everything. Fashion, everything. And when we have it, no one's going to have a boss. Everyone's going to be a boss. Period.
That whole team concept and building together. How did you feel about what some of his points is talking about, how he wants to put on for his team, and when he does when he does create income and create this platform, he's not just doing it just to be in a limelight, and he's doing it so he can put his team on it and make sure, what I always say is build the team and get the cream, you know what I'm saying, the cream team. So
right, you said it, man. That was you already said it. It was important to him. I think he had who he had? He had Murder Mook next to him, and I think Daniel was that it.
Yeah, his old head. Hey, shout out to Daniel, man.
Right. So he said he was like, I do it so we all can eat. Taking it back to street terms, he was like, we didn't have bosses. We gave somebody some work and they brought it back. He wants everybody to have a seat at the table if they're willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
And even Daniel said it. He was like, y'all talk about the relationships that Dame used to have, but look at the fact that the relationships that he used to have, people eating. Jay-Z, he eating. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, even though that relationship isn't there, he put his team on at the end of the day. And that's what it's about. And it's just like, man, too many people in our community try to do it alone. You can't get it done. That's why we linked up.
Yeah.
We had this partnership.
That's right. Yeah. It's. I wonder why that is. I always ask myself, why is it that and a lot of times we don't practice group economics. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't support ourselves and support our next man. Wealth is power. You know what I'm saying? Wealth and he who has the coin makes the rules, and so it's about having power. To represent your own ideas, and we don't do that enough. And I wonder why that is.
I think it just depends on the type of person you are, man. You get nervous when you see somebody that you close with taking off and you not. You almost want what they have, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you both put in the same amount of hard work and one takes off faster than the other, then you have to be content with that. You got to know that I gave him my all, and that's just the way the ball bounced in that particular time. But if you are halfway putting in the work, but you want what that other person had, you can't be mad. But we get mad at that, and we start saying, you know what, I ain't gonna help them, I ain't gonna give them nothing. But that ain't how you do it, man. You know, celebrate the people around you, man. We are stronger as a group than we are as an individual.
That's right. That's right. What's that? I heard this old African proverb. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. I think it's something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, sound good.
It sounds so good. Don't you agree? Yeah.
Right. Sound good. We can roll with it.
But definitely, man, just, I really appreciate that message. Like I said, Dame, he was calling Charlemagne the God. He was calling him a chatty patty. I was in tears.
Chatty patty.
What is he, a chatty patty? He was calling him, really coming at him and saying he was a chatty patty. But, I really want people to focus on the content and his message and what he had to say, not how he said it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because,
Right.
it's the message, the messenger isn't a perfect person. Obviously, we all deal with different things. We have different MOs and motives. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
because let's not get it twisted. Dame Dash was totally left, totally left with some of his stuff, but he did have a good message. After you sift through all the stuff and move it, you got some good nuggets.
Yeah, man. You know what? A lot of times, we don't celebrate people while they're alive. More often than not, we focus on people's the negatives, and we don't celebrate their positives. And based off of what Dame has done for the hip hop community and hip hop culture, and really pushing culture. I celebrate him for that, man, and I look to him as a genius, man. He's got some really phenomenal ideas, and a lot of times geniuses tend to be, it's that double-edged sword. You take the good with the bad, you know what I mean? So he's got a reputation for being very outspoken, but we need that. We need somebody to come in here and shake things up and really be outspoken and really shift people's mentalities. Not to say really create the conversation of you can be an entrepreneur. You can put yourself on. We were just talking before the call about how things are much easier. Not things, business and selling and marketing and really having a connection with someone is so much easier due to like direct customer selling, direct customer marketing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was saying people out here getting rich off of Instagram, and that's the reality of it. Because where you had back in the day, you had to pay for advertising, or you had to actually go out there and get it. Like people had to know what you wanted to do. Man, now you just snap a picture, put a couple hashtags, and it's now accessible to millions of people.
And we all.
So he's saying there's no excuse anymore. Like if there's something you want to do, if there's a business you want to do it and put it out on, social media and get it out there. I mean, what does his son do? His son has restaurants and bakes cookies.
I don't know his son's name. I'm gonna have to Google it. I know he got the cookie spot in New York somewhere called Chips, man. So, man, if you got some online sales, man, you can ship your boy Dion some over here in Taiwan, man.
Yeah, we'll take some.
Yeah.
So that's that. And then you were talking about how he is like super. It is a double-edged sword, but we need that edgy. And if everybody was just conservative and never had that edge, man, where would we be as a society, man? I think I posted something on my Instagram the other day. It was saying that the Wright brothers initially had crazy thoughts.
Oh yeah.
And if they didn't have those crazy thoughts, we still would be taking buses everywhere. People didn't think metal pop cans could fly.
Nah.
So
hey, pop cans, you must be from the north.
Oh yeah. Ohio State, baby.
Yeah,
we don't say soda.
yeah, right. Yeah, no doubt. Michigan, yeah, we with the pop too. Fago all day.
Right. So they people crucified them for thinking that you could fly. So it's like, get out there, be edgy, speak your mind, talk what you want to talk and do what you want to do. At the end of the day, man, it's your goal, it's your dream.
Yeah, being that trailblazer, you know what I'm saying? Not to run it into the ground, but yeah, definitely being a trailblazer, man. Sometimes you don't have it all figured out, and you
Right.
are, you know what I'm saying, you're running ahead, looking over, seeing, you know, kind of laying the groundwork for people to follow in behind your footsteps. So most definitely, man. Legacy. I think, you know, Eric Thomas. I know you met Eric Thomas on a couple different occasions. A great motivational speaker. Eric, I know a lot in his message. He talks about having your why, having a strong why, and using that as like a guiding light, or like something to help direct you, like a rudder or something like that. What is it about motivation, or what is it about self-improvement that kind of turns it on for you? What are you trying to accomplish? What's your legacy? What would you like
Man,
to do?
when it comes to legacy, man, it's funny. It's funny that more people don't get this.
Okay.
Like, you have more men in the world fighting for their kids that, like, say they're not married.
Okay.
You know, say that you have more men in the world fighting for their kids that just have their last name than they're fighting to leave something to their kids. And if I just said something. I really just said something.
Yeah,
I
you
need
did.
people to catch that. So it's like, man, if you can fight that hard for your kids to have your last name, then you need to fight that hard to actually leave something to them. You know, leave a life better for them than you had, and then it should just keep improving. Like, I should create a better life for myself, and then my kids will create a better life, and so forth and so forth. So, you know, 200 years, 300 years down the world, the Jacksons is like running stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's how it's supposed to be, man. It's levels to this, man, and like you said, just laying the groundwork and just building off of that. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest issues that I guess isn't talked about very often, is how wealth and ownership and education, to be quite honest, and education is a new thing, you know, in our community, and hip hop has really done a bang up job, done a great job as far as the good hip hop, I'll say, has done a job as far as, you know, teaching and really expanding people's minds and creating different ideas to gain enlightenment and kind of, you know, turn the lights on, so to speak. You know, turn the lights on.
Right. Yeah.
No doubt, man. Yeah, and for me, man, it's basically the same, man. I just feel like we have a major problem in our community, whether we like to admit it or not, or if, you know, we just like to tune it out. You know, I like the Game of Thrones and the Walking Dead like the next man. So I had that balance too. You know what I'm saying? One to spend a lot of time building and growing, and then there's times where I just want to shut it off. But I mean, it's just a call. We got to start doing better. We have to keep the conversation going and start to address these issues, one another, man. And so definitely, you know, if you see this video, definitely thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know if the message is really hitting home. But I like to keep the conversation going. So comment. And let us know how you feel about it.
I was just gonna say, man, this is the first of many, man. We're gonna keep it going. It's gonna be an open forum. Anybody can come in and join. Hey, if we find a way to get like 4, 5, 6, 7 screens up, man, maybe one day we can have a big conference call and hit everybody around the world, man. That's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to give nuggets and pass them out, man. And we doing this for free. So, you know, this is something that we just love to do. You know, so let's make it happen.
That's it, man. All right, man. I'm Dion.
I'm Elijah.
All right, man, and we'll check y'all in the next video. Peace.
And remember, keep the lights on.
Remember to keep the lights on.